to tell them where we are right here?
So this is the courtroom, Chancellor. This is the Chancery courtroom for Hawkins County, Tennessee. This is where Chancellor Jenkins holds court. We're standing in the well of the courtroom. You often hear people talk about the bar or being a member of the bar. Well, the bar is an actual physical thing in the courtroom, and it is what Ms. Phillips is leaning on over here. And we'll call parties and attorneys within the bar. We also call witnesses within the bar to swear them in, have parties sit on one side or the other. This is the well. This is kind of a no man's land, I guess, in the courtroom.
Well, actually, Pam Jenkins first got us involved in the Scales project, so this is a good opportunity for our students to prepare for their visit to the Tennessee Supreme Court.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little press release about that. You all are going to Johnson City?
We are, yes.
So what's going on? What is in Johnson City?
So we've been able to, hey, it was really good to see you, sorry.
That's all right.
We've been able to prepare ahead of time to see the Supreme Court in action and view an entire case from start to finish.
Wow.
The cool opportunity is they've gotten to read up on the previous cases that have led up to this. And so we're pretty informed. I mean, I'm not saying we're ready to make a judgment ourselves, but maybe.
Which cases are you going to see? Or which case?
So the case that we're going to see is a gang-related case. So the gist of it is that this gang member, or I should say this gentleman who was charged with a violent crime.
Accused gang member.
Accused gang member, yes. Also had his fine enhanced, or I should say his jail time enhanced by the fact that he was a gang member.
Right.
And now they're appealing to the state Supreme Court. I'm terrible at this.
That's all right. We'll fix it.
Okay, thank you. Love you. So they're appealing to the state Supreme Court to show that he was not, in fact, in a gang as he was accused. So his time should be lessened.
So the purpose today is to kind of show them what a courtroom is?
Yes, just to see how a courtroom operates and just to have an opportunity to meet some of our civic leaders and get an opportunity to network with some people in the community that can help them further their own careers later on.
Okay. And when are you guys going to Johnson City?
December 6th.
All right. Okay.
The purpose of an appeal is for the appellate court to look at what happened on the trial level and see if, pardon me, present company accepted, I'm sure, if the trial judge made a mistake. And if the trial judge did make a mistake, was that mistake big enough to affect the outcome of the trial? In other words, if they hadn't made that mistake, would the outcome have been different? So a lot of times the appellate court might say, yeah, you kind of did make a mistake, but it wasn't a very big one and it wouldn't have made a big difference, so it's not going to matter. But if the appellate court says, yes, trial judge, you did make a mistake of law, and that mistake affected the outcome of the trial, the appellate court will send it back to the trial to fix in one way or another. And there's different ways that the trial judges can fix that.
So, and you were asking about them hearing witnesses. So they'll get a copy of the transcript, and then each side will write a brief where they make a written argument about what errors they think were made or what was done correctly. And those are very specific, very involved. The judges on the appellate court that will hear that will receive those briefs. They'll read the briefs ahead of time. And what you'll see when the Supreme Court comes to town, those justices likewise have gotten briefs. They'll have read those. And then you have oral argument, which is what you're going to get to see. And that's a really interesting treat. But the attorney who wrote the brief or represents a particular party will come up to the podium, and this is time for what we call oral argument. And so that attorney is essentially going to argue to the court in person what they argued in their brief. But the interesting part is you're going to see the justices start to ask that attorney pointed questions.